Hello, darling. It's really good to see you. How are you doing? Good. Yeah, I couldn't wait to get out of the castle. I do get quite lonely up there. Although, if I spend too long down here, the humans do irritate me rather a lot. Yeah, the restaurant's not too bad. I did call ahead of our visit and tell them no garlic. And I will know because I can sense it in my life. And you know how stupid humans can be. Oh, except for you, darling, of course. I know. Well, there was one lady that apparently had a peanut allergy. And they said there was no peanuts in her food. But there was. Because you know me and my senses. Oh yeah, she died horribly. Poor lady. Maybe we should have gone somewhere else. I liked it for the decor. I thought I'd blend in quite nicely. I suppose I could switch up my style. I mean, I've been wearing this sort of thing for well over 500 years now. Yeah, I know, it's easy to forget my age when I look so youthful. I suppose humans see age differently to us vampires. I'm actually very young in vampire years. Yes, it's all relative, really. So, what are you having to drink? Wine, perhaps? Yes, I actually know one of the chefs here, and I requested my blood to be heated up slightly. Yeah, they have to keep it in the fridge. They can't have it fresh because, well, people get suspicious. But it will do fine. I prefer it fresh, but you have to go to special places for that. Much too lazy. Yeah, I do have it delivered normally. I'm pretty sure people know what's going on when they see a mysterious van parked outside of the castle. Carrying vials of, you know. Yeah. Well, I do like to watch films, but the ones about vampires are ridiculous. Ugh, you know that those awful Twilight films. I mean, yes, it's true, vampires are pale mostly. Not always though, but mostly. But a lot of them are rather ugly. And they've made them to be these beautiful, carved by angels, we'll say, you know, but they're really ugly normally. That's not me just being brutal, it's true. Some are covered in warts and decayed awfully. The older ones, the ones that are thousands of years old, rather patronising old crones as well. Things are different now. They find it really hard to adjust, so they normally keep away hidden. We are dying out slowly. But it takes a lot to decide who we allow into our clan. I know we've not been seeing each other for too long. You need to really think about immortality. The world can be terribly boring if you've lived as long as me. We see so many stupid crazes as well. So many silly dance moves, you know. So many silly apps that people care so much about. That's one thing that you will learn if ever we decide that you'll live forever, is that things aren't as important as humans think they are sometimes. They're worried about getting their homework in on time and catching their bus and not being late to things. Worried what other people think about them. They shouldn't care. Life's too short if you're a human. It's terribly sad. Terribly draining. Yes, there aren't many things that bother me. Apart from the boredom. I would say that's probably the worst thing. I've seen a lot in my time. A lot of sadness too. Yes. A lot of drunken nights, people stumbling about. I do prefer going out at night, as you know. And sadly, during the daytime, I do try to sleep, but I do struggle sometimes. Oh, the castle is completely locked down. Not an ounce of sunlight can get in. Yes, that's why I have to enjoy nighttime activities. But you know, since humans have jobs that allow them to work so late, it doesn't feel as lonely as it used to. Back in the day, when nighttime rolled around, people would be too scared to go out. They'd have no excuse. So they'd lock themselves in their little huts, and that would be that. And then I would come out and be bored and alone. Things are much more fun now, but there's still some improvements to be made. Yeah. In some places, things don't shut all night, which is quite rare. Yes. Well, you're off now, so we can spend the evenings together. Bet it feels good to have some time off. Oh, no. I brought my own food. I have asked for an empty plate. It's okay, the chef knows what I want. What do you think you might eat? Ah, steak. I think I really enjoyed that when I was a human. Well, it wouldn't have been as you have it now. Yes, it's changed a lot. Yes, well, we would just have it raw, obviously. It's quite amazing how humans have evolved, really. But then also it's really disappointing because a lot of the time they're completely stupid and it's frustrating. Especially in shops when people get impatient, you know. I do feel this world is rather overpopulated. Yes. I suppose I was used to it being much more quiet. Yeah, there used to be so many more beautiful animals, and humans have to destroy everything. Nature was blooming and now it's dying. Oh, make no mistake, the humans are killing this world. You're terrible. Not you yourself, maybe, but rather stubborn and annoying creatures. Sometimes, though, they do make me laugh. You make me laugh. Although my patience is wearing thin and nobody has asked us for your order yet. I suppose we'll just chat some more. Is that what you wanted to do next week? Well, promise that if we see a film, no vampires. I cannot stand the way humans depict vampires. And aliens too. They think they're these little green men. No, they're not at all. They take all different forms. And of course, they probably wouldn't show themselves to humans if they can help it. They're much too clever. Well, I won't go into it too much, but I suppose define alien. I mean, I am not like you. Well, not in most ways, except maybe appearance. The way we talk. But we are quite different. Well, there are a few nearby. I can tell them a mile off. Yeah, I'll have to introduce you. Some of us like to live a solitary life. Found it really hard to adjust to this world now, as it is. And some are absolute party animals. A lot of fun. They go to raves and, you know, they love it. They love the nightlife. Some miss the daytime too much and just sulk and sulk and sulk. Really pathetic if you ask me, but that's up to them. It's usually the ones that wanted to become immortal too and didn't think about the consequences. No, I didn't ask for this. It was thrust upon me. But, you know, you adapt. What more can I do? Met many interesting people along the way, like you. The more people you meet, the more you realise a lot of them are the same kind of people. But you are quite unique. Yes. It's quite rare though. You don't really want to be immortal, do you? Such a long time, immortality. I know you feel like your years might be slipping away from you, but they're really not. Yes, I've endured many terrible, terrible trends. People look at their phones way too much these days. Don't enjoy life for what it is. That's why they're destroying the planet. They don't appreciate life. Though, I suppose I do take it for granted, but that's because I'm immortal, so it sort of comes with it, really. No, I don't tend to tell people. Have you told your friends about us? No, of course I won't believe you. I think people don't usually believe things unless they see it these days. And even if they do, they'll say, oh, it's photoshopped, or oh, it's fake. Humans love to fake things, don't they? Then when something crazy turns out to be true, it blows their tiny minds. Right up until the moment I sink my teeth into somebody, the disbelief is unreal. I think some of them, still in death, didn't believe it. It's not too unusual though. I've seen a lot of weird things, a lot of weird people. Yes, I've had so many jobs. It's really exhausting trying to fit in all the time. Well, I could go into a bank and just take what I want, but the repercussions these days are too much effort. Back when I was wilder than I am now, I did rob quite a few banks. It was much easier to get away with it then. These days security is crazy. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy to apprehend me, but why make the effort? Unless we need it, of course. If you need it, let me know. There are a few people I can contact. Oh, vampires, of course. I would never trust a human to do a bank job. I've seen so many pathetic attempts, but I do love to watch them fail. You look tired. We can always bin this off and just go home. I know I said I'd let you tour the castle, but I don't think you'd much like it. You'd find it terribly cold and dull. There's no wallpaper or anything, it's just stone. Yeah, barely got proper electric in there. I definitely want to move. Or maybe we can just keep it there. We can go find somewhere else. I could rent it out to loads of goth people. You know how they like to do their photo shoots and things. I suppose. The sun will come up in quite a while, so we've got some time. We can just relax. It's really good to see you. I know you've been stressed a lot lately. I just wish I could take all the pain from you. Maybe you would enjoy being immortal. We don't feel things like humans do. We don't get scared. We don't feel pain, really. Sometimes memories of my past life come back. That's probably the closest to trauma I could feel, and it's barely anything at all. Just let me know if I can do anything. But really do think about if you want to be immortal or not. There's a lot of good in the world. There's a lot of bad too, though. I know you have a big heart, and you could probably handle it, but I do worry about you and care about you. Yes, it's not to be taken lightly. As I said, I didn't choose this life. I don't know if I would have, but then it's easy to say that. There has been so many wonderful things I've seen. I've travelled so many places, and you realise how small the world really is. But that's why I'm grateful for it changing. Society and civilization's quite impressive. People are much faster at building things now. But people really should stay off their phones so much. It just sucks them in and they're gone for hours. It's like a little time machine. They'll glance down, and when they look up, they're 80 years old and wish they'd lived more. That's why I enjoy being with you. You don't care about that kind of thing as much. We should go travelling. It would be really exciting. But we would have to stay somewhere enclosed, you know, keep out the sun. Well, I mean, you can go out, but we would have to travel at night. I don't think anybody's coming. This place is really annoying. Okay, well, maybe we should just go. Let's go home. No, to yours. I will give you a tour of the castle one day. Okay, let's go.